Things are not going to plan. Oh man, I'm not having fun. I feel absolutely cooked. This has not been fun, man. I need to do some serious reassessment.
The Isle of Skye is one of the UK's premier holiday destinations. Known for rugged landscapes, amazing hiking, and beautiful beaches, there's nowhere I'd rather be running. The stunning 10k race follows the latter part of the half marathon course. Both races are run at the same time on the same day.
It's now a week out to the 10k, and I have to admit, I'm getting nervous now. I'm starting to shit here a little, and I'm not nervous because I don't think I'll be able to cover the distance, because I'm confident I'm going to cover the distance. I've done more than that now in training runs. The thing I'm really nervous about is people actually seeing me run. Seeing this lumbering gait that I've got going on, I feel like I really stand out. I don't look like everyone else does running. And I don't really want everyone staring at me, which is ironic considering for the last 2.5 months I've been putting these videos online. It's confusing, isn't it? Self-conscious narcissism. But I am nervous about it. I'm nervous about everyone seeing me. I just wish I was graceful when I ran, you know, like, I wish I'd referenced Jim Walmsley a couple of weeks ago. I wish I looked like Jim. Oh, imagine looking like that when you were running. It would be wonderful, but instead I'm just dragging myself around, and it is making me feel self-conscious, more so than I thought it would. Because part of me doesn't really care. And then the other part really, really cares. Just wish I was graceful. The other reason I'm a little bit nervous coming into this is that all of my training has been first thing in the morning, like now. Whoa, these midgies, eh? These are coming out. All of my training has been first thing in the morning, and this race is at 10:30 or something, so it's not that much later than I have been running, but it's still 4.5 hours later. So that's going to be a difference for me, and I can't get out to run at that time to even try because of work. So we're entering the unknown. And that's quite fun, actually, in a way. And right, fuck me, look at these midgies. Whoa. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can. Right, let's make a move, shall we?
Over the week, my nerves dissipated and excitement took over.
Good morning, it's race day. I'm super excited. I'm just getting ready to go. I've got to, where did I just put it? Hang on. I need to put my timing chip onto my shoe, which looked like it was going to be easy. But yesterday I tried to do it and realised that it doesn't quite fit with my really wide barefoot shoes. So I'm going to have to kind of jury rig it in place, but I think it will be okay. And as long as it doesn't fall off, I mean, what does it really matter? In theory, surely it can just go in my pocket. But they tell you to put it in your shoe. So I'm going to put it on my shoe. I'm going to do as I'm told. We'll see how it goes. Today, though, as I say, it's race day. And time-wise here. So my aim for this was a 120. I was going for a 120 10k. But I beat that in training. And I put in my race time, or my 5k best into one of these online calculators. I'll pop all the numbers up on the screen somewhere, maybe here. And my best for a 5k is just over 36 minutes. So I put that in and that gave me like a 1:15:58 or something. So I'm going to round it down. which feels like a weird way to do it. I'm going to round it down by 58 seconds rather than round it up by 2. So I'm going to round it down. I'm going for a 1:15. Let's see how it goes. Timing chip successfully in place. It looks ridiculous, but it'll do the job.
I made my way to Portree and boarded a bus to the start line. On the bus, I got to see the countryside whiz by while the organisers gave us some final instructions.
Don't leave anything on the bus!
From where the bus dropped us off, we had a short, maybe 500-metre walk to the start line, where we were greeted by a drum band. And put through a short warm-up routine. Safe to say, I didn't leave anything on the bus.
Down. Look again.
Then we grouped together at the line and started the race. The weather was amazing, albeit a little warm for my liking. And even though the race was on closed roads, I couldn't quite bring myself to stray off the path. Running in a group was a new experience for me. I was enjoying it a lot and found I didn't care what I looked like. Even when running past the photographers, I didn't care. I just was enjoying the event. Although now, looking back at it, maybe I should have cared a little. I was enjoying seeing parts of the island I'd never explored on foot, only ever having driven these roads in the past. But then, it all started to fall apart.
Okay, things are not going to plan. I feel absolutely cooked. We're not even 4k in, I've had to stop and walk. Fuming. I know what I've done wrong. I know where I've messed up. Just need to recover a little bit here. I'll bring it in. Be well aware I'm not hitting my target. And we regroup and come back stronger.
I took a breather for a while before I started to run again. I was lightheaded, my legs felt like they were made of lead, I had pins and needles in my hands, and my scalp was freezing cold.
Okay, we're 6 and a bit K in, nearly 7 actually. Oh man, I'm not having fun. I'm ruined today. Okay, we're getting there. I can still run the 120, so that's what we're aiming for.
I started walking all the uphills and tried to gently jog along the flat and downhill sections, but even this was hard work. The scenery was amazing, and I tried to concentrate on it, rather than on what I was feeling, but the spiral of negativity was sucking me down.
Okay, just under 2k to go. This has not been fun, man. I need to do some serious reassessment and really dial in what I got wrong so I can do it better next time. But it is beautiful, so there's worse places to be suffering.
For the final stretch, I couldn't even muster the energy to take the camera out of my pocket. Just wanted to finish. And when I did eventually cross the line, it took everything I had not to collapse. I left everything out there.
And there we go. Job done. 1 hour, 16:47 or something on the clock. So actually, not as bad as all my moaning and groaning throughout would lead you to believe it was going to be.
Well done, superb.
Didn't quite hit the A goal.
Number 1049.
Beat the 120 and got my 10k PB, so could be worse. Okay, that's me done. I am now heading back to work of all places, unfortunately. So I wish I could say I was just able to stop and chill now, but unfortunately that is not the reality. So I've had a little while to cool down and reflect, and I think maybe during the race I think I was a little bit hard on myself. I walked more than I wanted to, and we'll have a full debrief when I get back and have a shower and everything, but there were definitely things I could have done better today, but it also could have gone much worse. So I got a new 10k PB. I've got to be happy with that. I feel pretty cooked, but it's hot. I haven't drunk enough, but it is what it is. In the end, quite an enjoyable experience, and I got to finish at the same time as the half marathon winner, within about 15 seconds of each other. So so the crowd were absolutely erupting as I came across the line, which I just pretended was for me, as I nearly KO'd and couldn't actually say anything after what I attempted to be a sprint finish. But yeah, all in all, looking back already, I enjoyed it, but it was awful at times in the moment. But what are you gonna do, eh? That's running. All right.
So what went wrong? Firstly, I didn't fuel properly. I was hungry on my way to the line. I didn't eat enough for breakfast. I hadn't practiced running at that time of day. All of my training runs had been up at 5 a.m, ready to run by 6, sometimes earlier. And I'd smashed down a quick, I've made just a very oat-based, I suppose, porridge, chocolate porridge. Very thin, very quick and easy to get down, digests super quick, doesn't affect my stomach. But I usually have that just before I go out to run. And I didn't do that for this race. I had a big bowl of porridge in the morning, and then I was so nervous about the idea of stomach cramps that I didn't eat any more. And I had energy bars on me, but I left them in the car. And as soon as I got on the bus, I felt my stomach start to groan with hunger. I had a couple of bags of sweets, essentially a little Haribo on me, but they didn't last long and they didn't do what I needed them to do. So my first real mistake was not fueling correctly. My second mistake, not hydrating properly. I didn't drink enough water. I drank my usual litre of kind of electrolytes drink before, but again, I usually do that, or I usually do kind of 3/4 of that before I go out for a run, and I save the last bit for when I get back, just to help me recover. But I drank a whole litre of that first thing in the morning, and then again, didn't really drink much else. I had a bottle of water in the car. I had 250 mils of electrolytes on me. But again, that 250 ml wasn't nearly enough. And in the bus on the way to the start line, I was feeling thirsty. That was mistake number 2. And finally, even if I'd got those 2 things right, I went out too fast. I went out at 7 minutes a kilometre pace, which was a minute per K faster than I'd initially planned. I got swept up in the race. I was enjoying running in a group, and a part of me didn't want to fall too far towards the back. I didn't realise my competitiveness and my ego was going to take any control over me, because, let's face it, I knew an hour and 15 minutes was going to be near the back anyway. But so early on, I didn't want to be there. And I let that control me. And that really came to bite me quite quickly. By the end of the race, overall, actually, my pace was like a 7:49 or something per K. So not too bad. And if I'd managed to run at that pace for the entire race, I'd have been pretty chuffed. But I didn't. I alternated between running way too fast and having to walk. So that was mistake number 3. And those 3 big mistakes are essentially the 3 things everyone tells you. If you're going to go, oh, how do I prepare for my first race? Every video, everything you read will be like, hydrate properly, fuel properly, stick to your paces. And I messed up all 3. I'm an idiot. But it's all a learning curve. And at least I'm learning this now on this first race that's the 10K, and not on longer races in the future. But it wasn't all bad. All of my gear was good. My shoes were comfy, my socks were good, my shorts, my pants, my t-shirt was good, my running belt was good. I was happy with everything, as I should have been, because it's all exactly the same gear that I've been training in for the past few months. So there was no question in my mind whether that was going to be good or not, but it's still nice to know that it all worked as I expected it to. And I still got a 10K PB. I still managed to go faster over the 10k distance than I've ever managed before. I did feel dreadful for it, but I can't be unhappy with that. Surely I can't be unhappy with that. I can be unhappy with the performance, but not so much the result, which is quite an interesting place to be for me right now, because I'm not sure really what to think or feel. I'm happy with the result, I'm disappointed with the performance, and I'm absolutely not satisfied. But I have learned valuable lessons. I've learnt that I really do need to hydrate, that I really do need to fuel properly, and that I really do need to stick to a target pace. So I don't know what I thought. Did I just assume that none of these things mattered to me? I'm such a special case. It doesn't matter. It matters. I'm not that bloody special. So overall, even though the race didn't go as I wanted, even though I am disappointed with my performance, the experience as a whole was great. I did enjoy it. I would absolutely go and do it again tomorrow. And I've learnt so many lessons, and it's much better to learn those lessons now at a short race close to home than it will be to learn those lessons when I'm miles away in the middle of nowhere on some stupid race with absolutely no way out and get myself into real trouble. So, all in all, I suppose now on reflection, it was probably the best race I could have hoped to have had.